All right, so in this video, I'm going to go over the banded isometrics. So the banded isometrics are for activating those fast twitch muscle fibers of all these different muscles, your hip flexors, your groin, your soleus, your hamstrings, your glutes, right? Because what that's going to do is it's going to take so much excess stress off your knees. And that's the goal of this. It's also going to increase your speed, your explosiveness, your power, your strength. You're going to get all these different muscles firing because when you have an injury or you have things happen, everybody has different muscles shut down. Especially when you have an injury, right? Your hip flexor starts to shut down. Your soleus starts to shut down. Your groin, your hip flexor. So what we want to do is get everything firing to 100%. And what we want to do is activate the fast twitch muscle fibers, right? So the biggest thing is, we want to hold each position for no less than 10 seconds with proper form. But get this right here, but no more than 15. Now this is if there's no pain involved with the movement. Always pain overrides everything. Especially if you're coming back from an injury and you're early on in the recovery or something like that, and this causes pain at a certain resistance. Pain overrides everything. Go back to where you don't feel pain. Don't worry about this time under tension right here. But why do we hold it for no less than 10 seconds, but no more than 15? Right? Why do we do that? So because we want to activate the fast twitch muscle fibers. That's the ideal time under tension to activate the fast twitch muscle fibers of the muscle. That's your speed. That's your strength. That's really going to take all that excess stress off your knees. That's your explosiveness, right? That's your power, the fast twitch muscle fibers. So if you can hold it for 20 seconds, is that good or bad? It's bad. It means there's not enough resistance on it. So take a step forward. And the cool thing about bands is to increase the resistance, you always just got to go out a little bit further, right? If you're worried about the band snapping, double up on bands, right? Grab a heavier resistance band. So let's break down all of these, and like I said, let pain be your guide, number one. But if there's no pain, you want to push the time under tension, right? So let's take a look. So 45-degree hip flexor holds. As you see, holding this position, and I say 45, it's just because it's 45 degree like this. So 90 would be straight. This is slanted down. If I put a ball right here, it would roll down. So what does this emulate? It's like it's emulating running, right? As you see, it looks like it's like a little easy, but I'm doing a good job acting. But it's tough right now. I'm struggling with that. I'm barely going to be able to get to 10 seconds. And that's the mindset. You want to barely get to 10 seconds. You want to be holding on to something for balance. It's not a balance exercise. To activate your muscles to 100% exercise, right? You do everything you do is going to be with your left foot and your right foot, your bad leg and your good leg, your surgery leg and your non-surgery leg, everything you do. So what you want to do is basically keep getting your good leg. So let's call it, your non-injured leg or whatever, non-painful leg, you want to keep getting that leg better than ever, right? Because you don't want it to keep getting worse while you have your injured leg try to catch up like that. You want it to keep getting that better and better than ever before. So your bad leg is forced to catch something that's better than ever before. That's how you come back and you're better than ever before. You don't want to come back and now you're even, but you're worse than what you were. You're not as strong on your good leg as you used to be, right? You want to be forcing your body to catch something that's better, right? So that's why you always want to train your good leg too. So 90, right? Same thing as 45, but we got the 90-degree angle right here, a little bit higher. It's a little bit tougher. Do you have any calf raise? Oh. It's all about increasing that force absorption, facing forward, side, right? And what's going to happen is the band's going to be trying to pull you back, right? To the side, and pulling you to this side. You want to keep it straight, and the other side. You're going to be able to absorb force facing forward, side, right? So that's that. Everything starts with your foot complex, right? At the end of the day, I love the analogy of the car. You're only as good as your tires, right? You could have the fastest car in the world, Lamborghini, a Ferrari, right? Super fast car. But at the end of the day, if the tires are flat, it's not going to drive well, right? Same with us. You can lose 30% of power in the feet alone. And let that sink in. 30% of power can be lost in the feet alone, which is crazy. Your first line of defense for your knees is everything below it. That's why it's all so correlated. It's the one thing that touches the ground, right? When you bulletproof your ankles, you bulletproof your knees. When you bulletproof your knees, you bulletproof your ankles. It goes hand in hand, right? Your first line of defense for your knees is everything below it. That's why it's so important to train everything below it. It's going to take all the excess stress off your knees. So that's that. Straight leg forward hip flexor. Right, same thing, 10 to 15 seconds, you want to fail before 15, right? You have your foot a little bit off the ground, same exact thing. So like backwards glute, hamstring, same thing. Make sure you want to be holding on to something, right, for balance, for all this. You're holding it right here, and you're really activating. You want to really get your glute involved. You want to feel it in your glute. You want to literally force yourself to feel it in your glute. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings and your glute right here. And it all emulates something. So like, the straight leg forward and then the 45 to 90, that emulates running. This is the same thing. Because a lot of times when you're pulling back too, when you're running, you're pulling back as well, So we want to activate all these muscles to 100%, these fast twitch muscle fibers. So like groin. Same thing. This is one of those that I would say be weary of because it can feel a little uncomfortable in your knee, especially if you're early post an injury, it can feel a little uncomfortable. So I would say be weary of this exercise because it can feel a little uncomfortable. So I wouldn't push it too hard with this particular one. You always listen to your body. Injuries are also subjective too. So, I don't know what's going on inside your head, right? Listen to your body with this. Straight leg outer hip flexor. Ooh, wow. Same thing. Spacing it out. Yep. So, the last one, 3 banded calf raise isometric with spring ankle hold. So basically, I combine spring ankle into the 3 banded calf raise into one exercise, like all that into one. Because I start thinking when you're absorbing force, right? You're running, you're jumping or cutting, you absorb a lot of force up and down, right? That's what the spring ankle trains. In reality, you're also absorbing force when you're running forward and backwards at the same time, or when you're cutting side to side at the same time. So I'm like, how can you train your body to absorb that force simultaneously? And this is kind of what I came up with, because I'm a guy that I tore my ACL while cutting. So how can I train my body to be bulletproof in that position? If confidence comes from preparation, how can I prepare my body to absorb force there? To literally be bulletproof there. I've gotten frequency there. As you said, bands pulling you to the side. I'm training my body to absorb that force up and down and side to side. So now when I'm cutting, I'm in that position. I've been there. After doing this, I've gotten a lot more just explosive. I've gotten a lot more powerful, a lot more confident cutting because I've been there. I know how to absorb force there. I'm powerful through that. I feel like I can Euro step on anybody. So that's the reason behind that exercise too. And combining the spring ankle into the 3 banded calf raise all into one right here. Right. So then, only thing I would say is right here it says first set, position 3, spring ankle, heel slightly off the ground. Second set, position 4, spring ankle, heel all the way off the ground. What does that mean? Right. So in the Bulletproof Knees video, the video before this, right, I talk about the spring ankle position 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is 3, 4, 5. Let's specifically look at 3 and 4 right here. Okay. So we should look at this. All right. Now tell me, what does this look like it emulates the most? What position right here? Okay. Is that 3 or 4? Let's see in this video. If you're thinking it emulates 3, you're wrong. If you're thinking it emulates 4, you're right. So that being said, what does this mean? First set, hold position 3. So in this video, I'm holding position 4. So all you want to do in the first set, bring that heel down for the first set. Bring that heel down, to where you're just have your heel slightly off the ground. So facing forward with your left, position 3, facing forward with your right, position 3. Sideways, position 3, left, right, same thing, left, right, position 3. So bring that heel down because in reality, when you run or you jump or you cut, you're usually on the balls of your feet. You're not really on your tippy toes like that. So that's why we want to do that first. So bring that heel down, for that first set, facing forward, side, side. Second set, you're doing position 4. So what you see in this video right here, you're doing for the second set. Position 4 kind of isolates the foot complex, ankle complex a little bit better. That's why we would still want to get to it. We still want to do it, but we want to start with position 3 in the first one. So that's that. The last thing I want to go through is the ones that we didn't get to on the banded isometrics. So there's a total of 10. We went through 8 right there. Hamstring, right? One of the major muscle groups that protect your knees, for like ACL injuries, MCL, all that is your hamstring. So you want to have strong hamstrings. And this activates the fastest muscle fibers of your hamstrings too. Gets that strength right there. So I love that exercise. You can get a little sore with that one. And then banded split squat isometrics right here. This will be the last one. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so as you see, I have my heels slightly off the ground. The weight's in the balls of your feet. And you have that knee over toe position right there. This is a very sport specific position. This emulates movements you make in real life. If confidence comes from preparation, you're going to prepare your body to absorb force, to be in positions where, it emulates movements you make in real life and in sports, right? That's why I love this. It really activates your lower back, your soleus, your knee, all those muscles around your knees, right? I love this exercise for that. You don't want your foot too far back as well, because you want to get this back foot involved too. There, how many times do you like doing movements where you have your toe like that, in real life? So you want to train that as well. When you're holding right there, it should be heavy, it should be tough right there, because you want to be able to not even get to 15 seconds, right? Because that's the ideal time under tension, right? So it's going to be heavy, like, wow, this is tough. So that's that. Love that exercise. One of my favorite for just overall explosiveness, as well. So that's the banded isometrics.